So I did hear a little DSG type, little burble out the back when it upshifted. It is my channel. Oh, I missed this. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a video. All right, so I have in front of me is a 2024 Volvo XC40. Now, I rented this car from Hertz. Right now I'm in Orlando, Florida. And initially I wasn't gonna do a car review, but doing some SUVs and some other vehicles, I decided to just go ahead and at least talk about my experiences with this car. Now, XC40, don't confuse it because it can be had in two different powertrains. This one here is the gasoline mild hybrid version. I think it's called with the B5 engine. It's a turbocharged 4-cylinder, and like I said, mild hybrid. And I knew it right away because when I got into it, the start-stop functionality of it, I was like, this seems like it's behaving almost like a hybrid, but not quite. But I was impressed with the fuel mileage. I was able to achieve easily 28 to 30 miles per gallon, and that's me driving 70 miles an hour. One of the favorite things I like about this Volvo is easy to drive. I'm able to drive this. It's just, knocking in and out of parking lots. It's perfect ride height. Someone who doesn't have kids, someone who just wants a small SUV, something fuel efficient, practical, you get the Volvo safety. This is it. This is for you. It's like I said, it's so easy to drive. I like the features. It's got Google Maps, Google Assistant inside of the vehicle. Of course, you have Apple CarPlay. And I don't know, for something like a rental car, just jumping in for this, I was impressed with just the ease of use. Now, one thing I didn't like about this Volvo, and I noticed this immediately, when you go pick your rental car out, I'm in the Hertz President Circle, so of course there's a fleet of cars that I could pick from on that row as long as I pick one within my group. And there was some Altimas. I wasn't all about the big Altima Energy or anything like that. I didn't really want a Malibu. I was looking around and I said, oh, here's something different that I'd never driven before, Volvo XC40. And it was just my wife and I, so let's just go ahead and put our luggage in. And it's an SUV, so I know it can hold our luggage. I remember I drove to the airport with the Tesla Model 3. So I decided to go ahead and open the hatch. I'm gonna show you, this is what we realized pretty quickly is she has a large check-in suitcase and I have a medium check-in suitcase. And with those two suitcases, this hatch was not gonna close. I couldn't stack them up above each other. I actually had to remove this cover, which was simple as just popping these two things off here. But even then, I had to stack the suitcases up one on the side, my medium up on the side like this, and then the other one just, there on the side. So it was doable, but like I said, it's not ideal. I think if I could do this over again, especially if we had to go back in, I think I'd probably just put these seats down. Speaking of seats, let's go ahead and check out the back seat. Now this trim is, I think it's the base core trim. I don't have the original window sticker. I don't know for sure. I'm sure that you're gonna let me know in the comments if I'm wrong, but based upon my research, this is the core trim. And the core is your base. I think that comes in the core, pure, and I believe there's another one, I think the ultimate. But they all have the same engine. There's all the 4-cylinder engine, which I'm gonna cover that later. But you got this in the back, there's heated outboard seats here. So both of these outboard seats are heated. You got some air vents in here. Looks like up top there's a panoramic sunroof. This is obviously a cover. I'm gonna show you that here in a minute. Inside here, there's 2 cup holders. And then I think there's a pass-through. I'll show you this. So headrest. So nice that a center person gets a nice headrest here as well. And of course, you got the car seat, you got the latch. Like I said, I would never doubt anything different with Volvo, They're known for their safety. And it's like there's a 60, 40 split on the rear seats. And, oh, so this is your, it's like a pass through. So if I had the rear seat up, I can pass that through. Like if I need to pass like a, I don't know, ski or something in here. Yep, so that's all it was. All right, inside here, oops. Looks like you can have a temporary spare tire. There's a jack, and you have all your tools that go with it. I normally would like, oh, nice to, where are the full-size spares? But, you know, those are gone. You're lucky to see a full-size spare. Now you luckily even have a spare these days because of all the fuel mileage regulations that these manufacturers are trying to achieve based on the government's requirements. Some of them are just eliminating the spare altogether because of extra weight you're carrying around. Often a spare tire is always nice to have. I think everyone should have a spare tire, but at the cost of fuel mileage and everything else, I can see why manufacturers are just doing away with it, because I can't remember the last time I put a spare in my car. It's been years. See here on the side, you got your power windows. Each passenger can also lock the doors at their request, which is nice because imagine if someone says, oh yeah, I'll be right back, I'm running the store real quick, and you're in the back seat. I've been in the cars where you have to go up to the front seats, either the driver or the passenger, and lock the doors that way. So nice that you can have that button here automatically included. This car takes a minimum of premium fuel, and based on the way it's driving, I highly doubt that whoever had this car rental before me has put premium fuel in here. I just noticed it was premium, but I picked it up full tank. Says has up to 500 miles, let's say 510 miles of range, which is impressive. But I just felt like when I'm tipping to the throttle, I could hear the little turbocharger working in this engine, and I just felt as you could hear sort of the detonation. It's a sound that maybe if you're really tuned to that, if you have a tuned ear, you can determine that, but I just didn't think that it was premium in here. Up the front, you see you have LED headlights, you got LED daytime lights, and I'm gonna show you those here in a second. And then, of course, if you had the upgraded, maybe the pure or the ultimate trim, you'll get some LED fog lights in here too, which also serve as cornering lights. For collision warning, lane departure warning, and correction is all that's in here as well. The only thing you don't have with this trim model is there's no rain sensing wipers, but it is available. Also, you're gonna get LED, or sorry, not LED, but you get blind spot monitor. It's nice that the blind spot monitor you're gonna have, it gives you sort of a proximity warning. So if someone they haven't entered your blind spot right away, but they're coming up on you at a faster pace, where if you're doing a lane change, you could possibly block your path or be a potential of an accident or a conflict. The light does illuminate and give you an early warning. All right, now so I talk about some other cars in the past where I talk about the blind spot monitor, and I'll show you that if I get on the road, I can show you how cars come up really quickly and how this light would just pop on way in ahead of time. Look at the key. Interesting key color. It's like an orange, almost designer trendy looking to me. You have your lock, all your buttons here on the side. So here, lock, unlock, and then of course your hatch button. Press and hold. Okay. I'm assuming I can close it with the button. Let's try it again if I can. Oh, it does close. Some cars won't let you do it from the remote. All right. There is a kick to open feature on this too. And then there's also a smart key feature. On the other side of this fob, there's a panic button. That's all I have here. By leaving the key fob in my pocket, I'm gonna put it in my pocket. And then I'm just gonna touch this area on the door handle. So saw the car beeped, it folds mirrors in, the car is now locked. But to unlock, grab the door handle, I open the door. This goes for all four doors. So if I'm putting a child in the back seat, I can you know, say for example, I got somebody in the back seat and I want to put my child in first. I don't have to go over here to the front door, unlock it, then run over to the back door. I can just grab the back door and let's see, hold on a second. There you go, get a chime. There it works, and locked, okay? We already talked about the back. They got some little storage in here in this cubby. Looks like there's another little place. I don't know what that would be. Maybe kid toys or maybe just crumb collection right there. Who knows? Also, I might have missed this too. This is also, you got two USB-C, USB Type-C ports. So good high power charging for your devices back here. See up front, we got memory seats, 2-position memory seats up front for your driver only. You have your automatic, all 4 windows are down. You got your power folding mirrors and of course your adjustments. Have this sort of wood. It kind of gives me this exposed fine wood trim on the side. Everything else here, just the soft touch vinyl plastic area right here in this area. And then this cloth, I'm not sure what you call this, but it's there on the side here. Nothing, just got the Volvo, nothing like XC40 or anything like that. No aluminum pedals or anything like that, just basic ear pedals. Like I said, this is your basic trim, but you still get some of the features. These are power seats, power lumbar, power, everything is all power in here. You got the airbags. Of course, like I said, Volvo's all about safety, so I would never think that they should be short on airbags. This thing should just enclose you in a big old balloon if you get in a car accident. Knee airbag, side curtain airbag, torso airbag. Let's see here, let's get inside. So I've been driving around for a little while and I still have 390 miles left on this tank of fuel. Now, one thing I noticed, this looks like distance buttons for adaptive cruise control. I haven't seen what these things do yet. Here's your cruise control switches. This is your master switch and this is your resume. And this is obviously you can change things this way. Adaptive cruise control isn't available with the higher trim. So if you want adaptive cruise control, it is there. You have it has a fog light, front fog light button, but no fog light here. I turn this button on, nothing happens. Nothing light comes on the front, nothing. But there's a physical clickable button with a label. So I'm not sure what that's about. And then here, rear fog light. I think there's a rear fog light on here. And then there's automatic high beam. Now, come over here, like I said, no race wipers, just regular intermittent wipers. And then, of course, you got the rear wiper, watch, and then you got your start, stop, or start engine. Your start, stop is right here. Parking, electronic parking brake. Then you have rear, so your driver assistance. There's wireless charging right there. You have a USB Type-C port there, and another one there, and then of course 12 volt for radar detector. If you run a speed or even accessories, you know, I'm not gonna say people speed like me. No, I can't say that. Front rear defroster, and then everything else is all done through the touchscreen, which I'm gonna get more involved here. This disposed trim that you got a little bit more coming across the dashboard, and just this hard vinyl. This right here it reminds me of, I've ever seen this on the Rivian. I think I reviewed the Rivian. I just noticed this exposed trim. And then up top, you got all different rearview mirror. I don't see any garage door opener here. There's that. There's these QR codes are all over this car too, to learn more about it. Got your emergency release up here. This mirrors dims automatically. I think both side mirrors dim automatically. And let's get this thing turned on. So I'm gonna hit the foot on the brake, then I'll press the start button. And notice there's no like, the car just cranks because that's the mild hybrid system in here that's sort of working. So let me get the AC turned down a little bit. So to go into here, I gotta go to the AC menu. I gotta turn down the aggressiveness of the fan speed. Right now it's automatic, so it will automatically adjust the airflow and the fan speed, things like that based on the temperature. But what I can do is I can change the aggressiveness of the fan speed and how quickly I want it to reach those temperatures. I can, got your more, obviously defroster, which is up here. And then of course there's more features. This is sort of, it reminds me of like an Android layout. I don't know why, but all these features right here, you see auto driver seat, there's air quality sensor. So air quality sensor means like that there's, for example, I'm behind a car or a diesel truck and he's blowing smoke or something. There's sensors that will sniff out those air quality and automatically switch it over to a recirculation mode. I think this car has a PTC heater, or some type of, it says in temperature fast additional heater, which I notice is an option, or some cars have those heaters. I'm assuming this car has it. Just swipe down when you're done with these features, and then you can come back out. Or how do you get, yeah, so there you go, swipe. Everything's all to be touchscreen. What is this? So sync them together. See, clean zone, what that does, nothing. So you can change the feet, hair, or face, or just have it automatically change it. Got your cameras up here. Parking sensors. This not only has the rear parking sensors, rear cross traffic alert, and it has obviously your lines, that trajectory markers. But if there's a situation where there's a car coming, you're about to back out in front of something or hit something, it can apply the brakes automatically and stop you from hitting something. Heat for the passenger, heat for the driver, and then you can choose your steering wheel heating and seat heating. So you can go over here to this, for all of this, your menus for your maps. So this is Google Maps. So if you're into Google Maps, this should seem familiar to you. And for example, if I want to just go back to the airport, just put the airport address back in here, and it gives me the same Google Maps, like gives me the options and tells me how much it's going to cost. So more intuitive than a native, design from like a Volvo.
South.
Of course, there's alternate routes you can take, and I don't know. I know that more manufacturers have their own system. Most people just use Apple CarPlay, but I haven't found a need to pair Apple CarPlay to this car yet. Just give me that example. And also here, it gives you directions, and it gives you speed limit signs and everything else in here. And also it tells you obviously which occupant has their seatbelt on. So I'll know, let's for example, if someone doesn't have their seatbelt on, it'll tell me exactly who doesn't have their seatbelt, like which passenger doesn't. And there's a battery symbol. I guess you see when it's charging, when it breaks, and you got your auto start stop. But then of course I can put maps up here. I press this button right there, put maps on. And I don't know if this doesn't do anything. I want to say this is for your distance for adaptive cruise control, which this car doesn't have. All right. Also, another thing you have apps. So I told you Apple CarPlay. I don't see anything for Android Auto, but here's are your apps. And yes, there's YouTube. And yes, it's good to, it is my channel. Oh, I missed this. Welcome back, everyone. This is how to drive your BMW. Look at that. None of my videos. But yes, yeah, YouTube. So that's cool. You have that in the car if you need to, just watch. Tesla's not the only one that can do that. So I'm sitting in the front seat. So much room I have. I'm sitting, I'll say, oh, there we go. I was sitting taller. So I feel like I'm sitting up high, but yeah, so this is the front seat. All right, so I don't have a tripod or anything that I could demonstrate on this view, but I feel like at least I can show you a little bit. Maybe I can jump in the back seat and just pop in here real quick. All right, so here I'm in the back seat, sitting the same position I was sitting in, and you can see how much legroom I have. I had to be creative how I put this camera up. And then of course your armrests. So turn signal right there. You can see it turns off the daytime light, and of course light turns off. Turn signal pops back on. Got your indicator here in the mirror. And then of course the turn signal in the rear as well. The day turn light also runs the day turn, or sorry, the tail lights also stay on. So there's another feature. So I guess you always get the parking light indicator, but the parking lights aren't on because when you turn your parking light on, you should have light on the side. So if I turn on the parking lights themselves, is something on the side? No, actually they're the same light. So nothing's changed. Well, this right here, this amber light. But let's see. If I turn this off, no, about the same. All right. See, headlights on. So LED headlights. I said no fog lights, but there's parking sensors. Don't know why there's no. Let's see if there's rear fog light in here. Let's press that in here and see if there's a rear fog light. And there is, because the indicator just popped up in the dashboard. This right here. Notice how that air fog light. All right. And those two lights in the lower bumper are your rear fog lights. I did a video on this about when you should use these lights, when you should not use these lights. Check it out up here if you're curious about what rear fog lights do and how you should go about it. All right, so here we are. It's our 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, 247 horsepower, and I believe it's 258 pound-feet of torque. The fuel mileage is rated, I think it's 24 city, 30 highway. So, and I was able to easily get 30. So I think if you're gentle, more gentle than I am, I think you could probably even do better than that. Obviously, like I said, there's so many different, there's a core bright, there's a core dark, and of course plus bright and plus dark. I don't know all the differences between, I know this is a core for sure, but I don't know which trim is. Like I said, I need a window sticker. It's a rental car, so I don't know exactly what we're dealing with, but those are the stats. If you want more information, definitely check out or visit your Volvo dealership, and they should be able to help you narrow down the one that helps for you and fits your needs. Looks like there's a positive terminal for the battery here. So if you need a jump start, you connect right there. And then there's your negative right there. That's another stat feature. Washer fluid, everything else. Close the hood. No, just hood struts, which is nice. 4 cylinders, usually you get a stick, but yeah, they give you a nice hood struts here. And you can see right there in the bottom left corner how I'm getting 30 miles per gallon. And that's if I drive at 48 miles and just stop and go and everything else. Start-stop system is really good. It does not seem intrusive at all. The shifter here, you just click in reverse, and you reverse. You got the backup camera that popped up, show you earlier. And of course, you can go to back drive and then P for park, halfway up to neutral. There's your electronic parking brake. Press down or pull up, and then you can turn start stuff off. There's something, not sure what that is. Then of course you have more storage in here. Let's see, let's open the sunroof, see what we got here. I don't know how to open. Is that it? Oh, it's not even a button, it's a switch. Quiet shade that retracts itself and exposes all of this glass. But how do I actually open the roof? Oh, do it again. So you just swipe on this. It's not even a button, it's just a sensor. I'm just swiping forward or back. And there you go. All right. So to close this up, I'm just gonna swipe forward again. I wonder if I have the tilt feature. I wonder if I just press. Kind of tilt it. Yep, there you go. So it does all the stuff for venting. Then I can swipe back, close the shade. If I want to stop the shade, yep. So I can do partial. So let's close that all the way up. These are touch sensitive reading lights. All right, let's get going on the road. All right. So here we are heading out with the Volvo. And let's see. I'm not going to talk very much. Actually, let me turn this off. I don't need navigation right now. It's kind of want you to hear the engine, hear the quietness or not so quiet engine, you know, to see what I'm experiencing behind the wheel. If I'm talking and laughing and enjoying, you're just gonna be like, oh. So I did hear a little DSG type, little burble out the back when it upshifted. I wasn't expecting anything like that from this mild, mature Volvo, but it did, when it upshifted at red line, it was like, it made a little boom. Let's change here, let's go over here. There isn't any sport mode I can put this into, just so you know that. So I'll turn around, I'm gonna give it full throttle so you can see yourself, hear it. Hear a horn, nice sounding horn. I don't like cars dinky horns, I really don't. If I want a horn, I want a horn. Make it sound nice, make it sound powerful. If I'm alerting someone to move out my way. There's a little turbocharging noise when I step into it. Just roll into the throttle just a little bit. Don't know if you can hear that. Brakes are pretty good. If you enjoyed the review, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you guys on the next one. Anyway, thanks for watching, and then, like I said, more reviews coming soon.